How's it going, everybody? Massive Downey here, bringing you guys another video. And welcome back to another weekly figure buy. And it is Funko week, which means I only found Funkos this week. Well, it is what it is. You buy what you see, and if it's only Funkos, you get Funkos. So let's start with our first few here, which are some of the bigger boxes. That is the Ninja Megazord Metallic. I've said this before, I love me some Power Rangers, and when I see something cool coming out for the Power Rangers, I try to get it. And man, the Megazords are always cool. So that was an easy add-on to the collection. Next, we have an item coming out of Dungeons and Dragons, and that is the gelatinous cube with Draco Lynch, which, I think a Draco Lynch is a dead dragon, which is brought back to life, which, kind of makes sense. It is a, dragon skeleton in there, and it looks like it's still alive with its eyes. But, cool things like that. I like, Dungeons and Dragons. I know some stuff. I know some of the monsters. But, when you see something like that, I'm like, oh, man, that's cool. You got to get that. And then our last big one here, we have Batman from the animated series, the one from the 90s, which, is one of my favorite DC animated cartoons. So when I see something from the animated series, I tend to buy that as well. And I saw this cool Batman up on the side, I was going to say skyscrapers, not side scrapers. I don't know what I was going to say there. I don't know, but on top of some skyscrapers. Next, we've got normal size Funkos. Let me decide what I want to do first. Let's do some more Power Rangers. We have the Black Dino Ranger, or Tommy. Really cool. They did a 3 figure drop of some of the Tommy figures. Here's the second one. Red Zeo Ranger. And then I missed out on the Red Turbo Ranger. Couldn't find it. But I got these two, which, like I said, are both Tommy Rangers. Tommy's my favorite Power Ranger. I just wish I could have gotten that Turbo. I wanted that Turbo. Wanted all the Tommies. Why could not get all the Tommies? But we got those two. That's fine enough, as it is. Some more Power Rangers is always cool. And, speaking of, cartoons and heroes, we got some Ben 10. We got Ben, and we have Heat Blast. These were the only two in the set. So, saw both of them. Got both of them. Pretty nice. I like Ben 10. Watched that. Watched the second series to it where he's a little older, where he's like 15, 16. I can't remember what that series was. But I watched the original Ben 10, and then I watched that one. And then when they started going to like the goofy cartoon look, I just like, nope. Nope, I ain't watching that. But yeah, we got some Ben 10. Not bad. These two next. We have Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Couple of nice Dragon Ball GT ones. Probably the best ones I've seen so far. out of all the ones I have for GT, I think I have 7 in total, maybe 8. Those are probably the best. Those are probably not probably. Those are the best I've seen so far for GT. Let me fix my phrasing. Next, got a couple of anime exclusives. We have Ichigo in his hollow form. Look at that. That's cool. The hollow mask Ichigo. We have Firin and some like flower fields with a flower crown. I like that one. I like Firin, so it's an easy buy. Got 2 more here. Got a couple of One Piece ones. We have our boy Kuzan, or Aokiji. Probably a little hard to see there, but there he is. And then we also have Sakazuki. There's a Magma Boy. I'm going to assume that's when the 2 of them were fighting, maybe. Don't know. I've got all 3 Abrils now, for at least the original Abrils. I have, what's his face, in the other room. Why can't I remember his name? Light Boy. Best, One Piece's favorite Unk until Egghead, and then He pissed everyone off. And then our last Funko for today, we have Katana from Mortal Kombat 2 of the movie. This one's a little jacked up there. You can kind of see it on her neck. Her neck's a little jacked up. I might have to open the box and see if I can fix that. But yeah, they're starting to drop Mortal Kombat 2 figures. I didn't know they dropped a second movie yet. I didn't know that. Unless this is from like Mortal Kombat 2 of the 90s movie. But, you know, I would assume this is from the newer movie sets that dropped a few, what was it, like 2016 to 2015, maybe like a decade ago? Now that I think about it, it was probably a while ago. But yeah, we got those guys. Let's see here. See how I'm trying to get everything to fit up here the best I can. Like that. I guess that works. And I'll just pop each up there. Fits in frame. Yep, everything seems to be in frame. There we go. That is everything for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you in the next one.